There are many ways to reach God. I choose love, says the Sufi saint Rumi. Purvashadha is all about love. It is a Sattvic nakshatra because it falls in the Jupiterian sign Sagittarius. In this podcast, I will share more on Purvashadha Nakshatra and what happens when moon falls in Purvashadha. So let's begin. Grace in woman has more effect than beauty. The rose that grows in grace will blossom into a beauty. The Jupiterian sign Sagittarius does bring a certain grace to the Venusian nakshatra of Purvashadha, and moon in Purvashadha simply makes the native more inclined towards spirituality, higher studies, philosophies. Visiting temples, spiritual places is one major interest of these fellows. They often are well versed with the knowledge of the scriptures, religion, and traditions. I personally love men and women born with moon in Purvashadha. They definitely have a certain depth of understanding and they can appreciate the beauty in others. Purvashadha is a lovable nakshatra. It likes to heal, to sing, to nurture, to live and to dance. In our galaxy of star constellations, this is the last and most positive nakshatra of Venus. A native born with moon in Purvashadha is indeed a joyous person, always bubbling, chatting, quick in helping others, and a happy-go-lucky person. They are compassionate beings, they show kindness, they are empathetic towards others, and they are also forgiving by nature. In compassion, there is always a glimpse of nobility. In empathy, there is always a glimpse of beauty, and in forgiving, there is always a glimpse of grace. This grace is seen in natives having moon in Purvashadha Nakshatra. Being handsome or being beautiful is one thing, and being graceful is another. And the difference only an evolved soul can understand. Elegance is yet another word that comes through grace. Remember, elegance is when the inside is as beautiful as the outside. Mohan's sister Mala has her moon in Purvashadha, and she is indeed a very elegant woman. This elegance comes through the energy of Venus, Moon, and Jupiter, who is the lord of Sagittarius sign. However, for this elegance to fructify, Venus and Jupiter must be positive and well placed. Mohan's sister Mala has a very strong Venus and a strong Jupiter, and so she is indeed a highly elegant woman. God bless her. This grace comes when moon is in Purvashadha, or when the native is born with ascendant rising on Purvashadha Nakshatra. The legendary Bollywood actor Amitabh Bachchan is born with ascendant rising on Purvashadha Nakshatra, and there is so much grace to his overall persona, his acting, and his dialogue delivery. This is the kind of grace that Purvashadha brings to the native, and so they appear much appealing to the masses, to the general public. Ascendant is very significant for natives who aspire to become an actor or an actress. It is only when the ascendant lord and ascendant is well aspected and strong that you get the basic foundation to become an actor. Many actors don't succeed because their ascendant is weak, though they may have a good Venus and Mars. In short, a great actor or actress is born when, along with Venus, Mars, and the fifth house, the ascendant is also strong and positive for the native's overall growth. Moon in Purvashadha native has the natural instincts of teaching or mentoring others. It is indeed a great placement for those who desire to become life coach or executive coach. In fact, this placement does bring a desire of becoming a coach, a teacher, or a guide to others. Always remember, one who aspires to become a teacher or a master first should become a good student, a good disciple. It is necessary to understand the difference between a student and a disciple. The student thinks, interprets, the disciple loves and simply drinks the very presence of the master. The disciple is in tune, his heartbeat is harmonious with the master's heartbeat. There is no question of interpretation or interference. The heart does not work through thoughts, and from the heart, the state of devotee is not very far, but very close. As love deepens and becomes trust, as harmony with the master grows and becomes one organic unity, the devotee is born. The student is in the head, the disciple is in the heart, and the devotee is in the being. Understand the difference, savor the difference. The more positive planets you have in Sagittarius sign, the more you have the potential to become a good disciple. Reminds me of a beautiful story. Once there was a great master, and his name was Abdul Rahman. He was one of the greatest Sufi saints of those times. One day, a very close disciple asked, "How did you meet your master? And what happened when you met your master?" Abdul's eyes became wet. He had become old, but there was a certain glow around his face. Indeed, he was a man of many miracles. But now, looking at the disciple, Abdul said, "When I met my master, the master never looked at me for 3 years. I was sitting from morning till evening. So many people were coming and going, and he was talking to people, and he did not look at me, as if I did not exist for him yet. But I was persistent, because I had felt the presence of the master, and I had tasted the sweetness of his surroundings. I remained. In fact, the more he ignored me, the more I became certain that there is some secret in his ignoring me." After 3 years, the master looked at him for the first time. That was the recognition that he was not a student but a disciple. A student would have got lost in 3 years. No student can stay that long waiting just for a look. Then another 3 years passed, and he never looked again. After 3 years, the master looked again and smiled too. And his smile went almost like a sharp sword into the heart of Abdul. Why had he smiled? But the master did not give him a chance to ask. He started talking to other disciples. 3 years passed again, and one day he called him close and kissed on his forehead and said, "My son, now you are ready. Now you can go and spread the message." But no message had been given to him. For 9 years he had been there. The only message was that once he was looked at, once he was smiled at, and once he had been kissed on his forehead. But if the master is saying you are ready, it must be so. Touching the feet of the master in gratitude, he left. He used to tell his disciples, "I met a very strange man. In 9 years, he prepared me without even looking at me. But on each change, he made the indication. When he became certain that I was a disciple and whatever happened, I was going to stay there, he looked at me. But his look was such a shower of love, I could have waited for it for 3 lives. 3 years were nothing. The way he looked at me with such deep love and compassion, I was immensely glad. I was bathed almost in a new experience. Without telling me anything, in those 3 years, my mind had stopped functioning. I just went on looking at the Master, his every gesture, and slowly, there was nothing to think about. I even forgot for what purpose I was sitting there, and that was the day he looked at me. I knew the purpose, and I was fulfilled immensely. But then 3 years again passed, and when he smiled, the whole existence smiled. Every fiber of my being felt his smile. Such a soft touch, but it went deep into my heart. I knew something had happened, but I was not aware at that time what had happened. I had passed from disciplehood into devoteehood. The day he kissed my forehead, he sealed my certificate as a master. His kiss on my forehead was his only final message. It took me years to figure out slowly what he had meant. The kiss of the master to the disciple, to the devotee, is a declaration that the merger has happened, the melting has happened, and now you are ready to spread all around the fragrance that you are filled with. A student is not in love with the master. He has not surrendered to the master. He has come just to accumulate knowledge, and so he is always in rush. A student cannot wait for 3 years. A disciple can wait for eternity. That is what makes a disciple far superior to a mere student. Remember, the student is unconscious. The disciple starts becoming conscious. The devotee is so conscious that he cannot be conscious of his consciousness. It has to be a recognition from the master, because from the devotee, the distance between himself and the master is absolutely nil. From the devotee, one grows into a master, but it is a spontaneous and natural growth. Moon in Purvashadha does bring qualities of a good student. However, whether the person can become a good disciple is totally based on the overall quality of the horoscope. A perfect warrior, one who has mastered the art of archery or swordsmanship, is often born with this placement. In the modern age, this placement can provide great success in the military. If the native is interested to join the military, then he or she should definitely join the military. Beauty with grace is what defines the highly divine Venusian nakshatra, Purvashadha. Many times it happens that you see many beautiful women, but they don't have that grace that a specific beautiful woman has. Similarly, there are many handsome men, but amongst them there are only few who may not be handsome, but they have so much grace to their presence, to their being. When Venus is well placed in the birth chart, then Moon in Purvashadha works wonders and brings much success in life. Purvashadha native is a good fighter. That is why it falls in the warrior sign of Sagittarius. Because to become a good warrior, you need to be cruel with your enemy. Else, how will you safeguard your people? And so Moon in Purvashadha precisely invokes the qualities of a warrior. It all depends on the level of the native. To a native who comes from a good family, A good background will use the energy of Purvashadha to make his own mark on the society, while a person coming from a lower strata of society may use it to cause much harm and create fear in the society, just the way the underworld gangsters are. It all depends on the position of Venus and the ascendant sign. Moon in Purvashadha does extremely well for natives born on Aquarius ascendant. One specific quality of Purvashadha Nakshatra is that the native loves to learn something new every day. Good learners are born with this placement, and because they are good at learning, they become scholars and pandits. Sagittarius is a sign of faith. Virgo may cheat you, but Sagittarius generally will never cheat you. They will never stab you in the back. If they want to kill you, then like a warrior, they will fight with you from the front. To them, dignity matters above all. With this placement, you will find many faithful men and women. They are God believers, and if the horoscope is of good quality, then many also become God seekers. Once it happened, a man asked Buddha, "Is there God?" Buddha answered, "No, there is no God." Another man came and asked Buddha, "What do you think of God? Is there any God?" Buddha answered, "Yes, there is God." The same day, in the evening, an old man came and said, "There are people who believe in God and people who don't. I myself need to know if God exists. Please help me." This time, Buddha did not speak. Instead, he gave the answer through his actions. He sat beneath the tree, closed his eyes, and went into deep meditation. The old man thought that this must be the answer. So he too sat down, closed his eyes, and started meditating. After a while, the old man opened his eyes, touched the feet of Buddha, and said, "Your compassion is great. You have given me the answer. I will always remain obliged to you." And then he left. Ananda was observing all of this. He asked Buddha, "To the first man you answered God doesn't exist. To the second man you answered God exists. And to the last man you said nothing but just went into meditation. I don't understand your answers. Please help me understand." Buddha smiled and said, "The first and the second man just wanted an answer. They were not seekers. The last man was a seeker. He wanted to experience God and not just know. He was able to relate. He was a seeker." Buddha says, truth is not transferable. I cannot give you the truth. Nobody else can give it to you, but you can attain it on your own. You have to seek. Buddha wants seekers, and the seeker is a totally different phenomena. The believer is not a seeker. The believer wants to avoid everything. That's why he believes. The believer is always in search of a Masiha, somebody who can chew for him. But if I eat, your hunger is not going to be satisfied. Nobody can save you except yourself. You have to be a seeker and not a believer. The deity of Purvashadha Nakshatra is Lord Varun. Varun is the god of oceans. His vehicle is Makara, that is crocodile, and his weapon is Pasha, that is noose, a rope loop. Lord Varuna, the deity of Purvashadha Nakshatra, is also the guardian deity of the western direction. He is the father of the Vedic sage Vasishtha. In the Rigveda, Varuna is the guardian of moral law, one who punishes those who sin without remorse, and who forgives those who err with remorse. His relationship with waters, rivers, and oceans is mentioned in the Vedas. In Yajurveda, Lord Varuna is called the deity of physicians, one who has 100,000 remedies. The Yajurveda also mentions that Varuna is Vishnu and Vishnu is Varuna, and hence the auspicious offering is to be made to these deities, that is, to Vishnu and Varuna. If you are born with moon in Purvashadha and you aspire to become a physician, that is a medical doctor, then you should definitely worship Lord Varuna. Many great medical doctors, surgeons, and medical practitioners are born with moon in Purvashadha. The Sindhi community based in India, that is the Hindu Sindhis, worship the god Jhulelal. Jhulelal is believed by Sindhi Hindus to be an incarnation of Varuna. I always have had many contacts with people from Sindhi community, and I found them to be very practical people. Lord Varuna is also worshipped in Japan's Shinto religion. In Mahayana Buddhism, Lord Varuna is addressed as Dharmapal. Lord Varun is the avatar of Lord Vishnu, and Buddha is the 9th avatar among the 10 major avatars of Lord Vishnu. And so, to receive the blessings of Lord Varuna, you need to walk on the path of non-violence, because Varuna loves peace, Buddha loves peace, Vishnu loves peace. The river water is also so peacefully flowing, and so is the water of the oceans. Varuna rules the waters of this world. And so if you want to receive the blessings of Lord Varuna, then stop all kind of violence in your life. Adhere to non-violence, the Sattvic way of life. The sacred tree of Purvashadha is the Ashoka tree, a tree that symbolizes the height of wisdom, strength, and ethics. It is therefore also called as the sorrowless tree. A wise man is always sorrowless. The Ashoka tree is considered sacred throughout the Indian subcontinent, highly valued as well as for its handsome appearance and the color and abundance of its flowers. The Ashoka tree is often found in royal palace compounds and gardens as well as close to temples throughout India. The flower of Ashoka tree is the state flower of Indian state of Odisha. However, one need to identify the real Ashoka tree and the false Ashoka tree. The real Ashoka tree is short in height and has red flowers, whereas the false Ashoka tree is very tall in height and does not bear red flowers. Planting and nurturing a real authentic Ashoka tree in your backyard or in your garden will definitely help you in overcoming the many Venusian problems of your life, such as marriage issues, relationship issues, and sexual issues. Overall, the placement of moon in Purvashadha simply signify that the native is interested in presenting his art in a gracious way. They simply love all that which brings grace to them, because they themselves take efforts in being gracious and being human in their behavior. Being human is indeed the motto of their life. Purvashadha is a Manushya Gana Nakshatra. Manushya means human, and so it does emphasize in bringing forth the nature of being human. To them, there is only one religion, the religion of love. I humbly prostrate before the gracious nakshatra of Venus, Purvashadha. May her blessings shower on me and on all my followers. Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.